In this video, it will contain heavy spoiler on the movie The Flash. So, if you haven't watched the movie and don't like to get spoiled, please click out of the video. In 3, 2, 1. So, a few days ago, I made a video on the movie The Flash. I did like a character analysis on alternate Barry on how his character progression was very similar to Savitar in the CW TV show. But we're not here to talk about the story today. That's next episode. Today, we're here to talk about which Flash is better, the CW Flash or the DCEU Flash. So let's start off with their power. Now, you're probably gonna say, I play lots of games. You are so dumb. They are running very fast and they both got the power of the Speed Force. But I'm here to tell you, their power is kind of different. So first, from Flash Season 1 to 6, Speed Force is like this mythical force of nature, and you can't really explain it by science without putting a lot of BS together, and that doesn't even really explain it as well. But what Barry do with the Speed Force can be explained by science. And after Season 7, to gain his speed back, he created his own Speed Force, which, there wasn't a lot of explanation after that because the whole TV show starts to break down after Season 6. That was depressing. Alright, now DCEU's Flash. So, they are definitely trying to explain this on a more scientific view. Like, in the CW TV show, I do remember Barry definitely didn't have to go to light speed to travel back in time. But I think somewhere in the setting of DCEU Flash saying when he travels back in time, his speed is beyond the speed of light. Which kind of breaks the setting of Flash, and I will eventually explain why. But I will use one example to show the difference, which is the lightning ball throwing. In the CW, there isn't really any scientific explanation except Barry is running in a circle. Then he channels the lightning through his arm and strike down the opponent. But in the movie, they're like even before the final battle, they try to explain it. Like, alternate Barry said, original Barry said to alternate Barry that your suit isn't like mine. Mine can release the energy I accumulate while running, but yours can't. So, if you run a lot, uses your power a lot, you will be accumulating too much energy that you will eventually just explode yourself. And Barry, alternate Barry, in the movie, does reach that point. So he was like, what about I just release my lightning energy on this enemy over there? And he throws lightning ball, and then that's how he's, found out he can throw a lightning ball. So there's definitely more of a scientific explaining on the movie side. But their setting to achieve it kind of breaks the whole Flash setting. And the power creep. And next part, speed. Now, a speedster's speed cannot just be demonstrated by them running beyond light speed. It can be demonstrated in multiple different ways. For example, Barry having his own flash time, which is basically he is running so fast, or like at least his body is going so fast that in his perspective, everybody is frozen in time. And the first time he used this in the TV show is that when a small terrorist group got a miniaturized nuke and put it in Central City, and it's going to explode it and blow up the whole city. And then when Barry got there, they already started the detonation. So in order to slow it down, Barry enters flash time, which slows down the whole exploding process as much as possible and give Barry time to think of a way to carry the nuke away. And another special thing that CW Barry can do that DCEU Barry can't is creating time remnants, which is basically when Barry runs so fast, he creates a literal duplication of himself. That time remnant can help Barry fight enemies. They can punch stuff. They have a physical form. How do I explain this? It's like when you are shaking your hand very fast, sometimes you think you see like 10 fingers instead of 5. It's not like that. It's not like a phantom or a shadow. It's a physical object or a person. And DCEU Flash says power and speed can be explained as simple as what is Batman's power. I'm rich. And he can just say, I'm fast. So skill, I mentioned above. But I will just mention it again. And there's something I didn't mention too. So, Barry can phase, flash time remnant, throw a lightning ball, and create stuff out of lightning. I think in Season 9 he created chains out of lightning. And in Season 6, Wally can create a lotus out of his own lightning too. And of course, the thing that ruined Flash Season 7, I think. Lightning lightsaber. Okay, that is also depressing. Battle IQ, it's really not fair to compare this between the two Flash. Because in Flash Season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, there is always a 200 IQ or a multiple 200 IQ geniuses providing Barry with battle plans. So it's really not fair to compare this. So I will just skip this. Now comes the most important part to all superheroes. They are morals. Because fundamentally, the superhero, most of them, are for kids. And it's very important to set the right moral for kids when they are young, so they don't turn into a supervillain when they grow up. And in my memory, CW Flash haven't killed a single villain. I don't really remember, but there might be sometime the villain's like, I'm gonna kill you, Flash, even if you let me live, and then their power accidentally kill themselves. But I forgot to mention before, but I couldn't find any actual resources on the internet of the example that I want to use here, so I just use CW Flash as an example. Please understand, I'm afraid of copyright issues. So, in the final battle of the Flash movie, when Barry and alternate Barry just landed, they were fighting the Kryptonians, right? And then when alternate Barry tried to fight this one Kryptonian soldier, he got caught. And then the Kryptonian tried to kill him. And then original Barry uses Reverse Flash's vibrating hand and straight into that Kryptonian's armor and pulled it out. And that Kryptonian fell to the ground. So probably that Kryptonian's heart just got vibrated till the point of explosion by original Flash. So he had killed people, Even though they're invader of Earth, according to CW logic, you kill people, you're fucked. But in my opinion, that is understandable. And also, I don't know if you guys remember, but there's this female Kryptonian in Superman, the Man of Steel, where she literally had to fight with Superman and then almost defeated him. But she also appeared in the Flash movie. And after alternate Barry got the Savitar-like arm blade embedded into his arm, he used it to stab her multiple times over the time they travel back in time. And alternate Barry traveled back in time alone, trying to save his... I still can't figure it out, because I think that there's a secret relationship going on between Supergirl and alternate Barry, but also at the same time, the movie doesn't actually say it. But anyways, so the ones that they showed in the movie is that when Barry stabbed the female Kryptonian, and he was like, "Oh, her again," the exact words. So this means he have done it multiple times. So alternate Barry has killed a lot of people that is just the same people. But yeah, their morals are kind of off, but it's understandable. I mean, you have to take into context that eventually the CW Barry in the original timeline where Iris got stabbed by Savitar, just like Zod stabbed Supergirl, the CW Barry also eventually went insane like alternate Barry and created countless time remnant, which I mentioned before, and fought Savitar until Savitar was defeated. But the time remnant left, become Savitar, time paradox. And now, after that, I declare the winner to be CW Flash. Clearly the winner. Like, he is so classic. And I love Grant Gustin. Just so classic. But I also want to explain, like, why all those skill that DCEU Flash don't have is like a crucial thing to the plot line. Just like why I don't like Romeo and Juliet. The reason is, I think in the end, Shakespeare, after writing everything, he was like, oh wait, I was trying to keep my name, for a tragic ending, but now it's going towards a great ending. It seems like if everything just go through the whole plot, Romeo and Juliet would be off tomorrow. Oh no. Alright, Juliet, kill yourself, but not actually. And Romeo sees unalive Juliet, oh no, unalives himself. That is kind of like the first few part of Romeo and Juliet is great, but eventually it went from a very alive story to like a puppet show, where it feels like the movement of the character, like the action of the character, is very controlled by some invisible forces, which in this circumstances is the author, or in the movie circumstances, it's the composer or the writer. So if Barry in the movie can make Time Remnant, then he can just make 10 of them. And then what is Zod gonna do when 10 Barry is charging towards him? Kill all 10 Barry and stab Supergirl at the same time? No, that's not gonna happen. And the most BS thing is that, now here's the part where that breaks the setting. Barry can run beyond light speed. So, he can travel back in time if he travels beyond light speed. So as long as he controls the speed somewhere below somewhere a little below beyond light speed, then he can just be faster than Zod's reaction, right? But no, in the movie, Zod is just like Superman. Slow motion turning. Punches Barry. Stabs Supergirl. Ah, dang it. If I could have run a little faster. I mean, the whole thing in Flash Season 3 is that Barry is trying to get faster, but he eventually wasn't fast enough. And that's why my favorite character in the whole Flash TV show died. So yeah, in conclusion, CW Barry wins. And DCEU Flash might be a little bit below CW Flash, but he is also on that level. Like I said last episode, like there's a difference between both of them, but I really can't tell you which one is better, because there is good things about both of them and there's bad things about both of them, whether if it's the story, the CGI, or the acting, or how eventually both of them got worse than people thought it was gonna be. Yeah. Alright, so I will be seeing you in the next video, where I will be taking a very deep dive into the whole story and try to, point out which part is great and which part is not as good and which part is just a giant plot hole. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye. Oh yeah, and after the ending, I also want to appreciate those who have watched my last video. I haven't got that much view/like in a long time. Thank you very much.